Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of our Minecraft Xbox One Survival Let's Play. Today is episode 58, and in today's episode we're going to be looking at our new fully automatic brewing stand, and we're also going to be celebrating a long in the making 1,000 subscribers. Thank you very much, guys, so much. I think that's the first thing I want to say. And also, do you realize how hard it is to parkour my way onto this block? I cannot make that jump from there, and when CJ built this for me originally, this was ridiculous. It's taken me probably like 15 to 20 minutes to finally get this to work. These jumps, especially with that block above my head, it's almost impossible. Like, he is one master for parkour. Now, as we get straight into this video, right in front of us right here, we have ourselves the fully automatic brewing stand. Now this one has been simplified enough that it will only make everything not tier 2, but it will extend the timers. Now it's a much simpler version for me to build, and it saves a lot on resources as well. Now in this far left dropper here, we have nether wart. In the middle one, we have like redstone or glowstone dust or things like gunpowder and stuff. Now obviously the one that I want to use in my world, really, I don't need anything splash, and I don't tend to use regen or health too, so I've left it with redstone in so that we can then put our ingredients in here as well. Now I have actually been using this, so we're going to make ourselves some water breathing, night vision, and speed 2, well not speed 2, but 8-minute speed potions. And over here we have our blaze powder in this left hand chest. Well, most of it's in the hopper there at the moment. And then over here we have all the water bottles in there and in that hopper as well. Now to get the system going, all you got to do is flick the lever up, and I've already done that because I've been running it previously. But as you will notice, with no ingredients in it, you get to this phase where there's a piece of redstone left in the system. Now we also have our awkward potions pre-brewed at the bottom. Take the piece of redstone out, a nether wart will appear, the potions will be pulled from the bottom, and then our water bottles will be put straight in. Now obviously you can tell I've stopped the system twice, but I pretty much, as you can see, excluding those 3 regens there, which were in my chests in the storage room where I keep all my stuff, everything else has been brewed on this system. And as you can tell, besides the fact that everything's in the wrong order because of the trial and error that I was doing, it's looking pretty good. Now as you can hear it working in the background, it has moved on to a piece of sugar now. And then it will obviously turn these into speed potions, these stuff that are awkward. Obviously you will notice that the blaze powder does actually work as intended. It is working its way down. A little bit of a distraction there, but as you can see, it is still running perfectly fine. As we can see here, we've got speed 1 length for 3 minutes right in front of us, and as the redstone finishes on it, it will switch to 8-minute speed and then disappear as the next piece of nether wart appears. More bottles will appear, and then the system resets all over again. As you can see, every time we lose a little bit of our blaze powder right here, it refills it back up from this hopper right here. Blaze powder is actually quite expensive. I do need to take a few trips back into the nether and get up our blaze quantity again. I'm thinking it's about time we once again reset the nether. It looks like it's gone on to another piece of sugar, so obviously it's using them in order right here. Actually, that's a good point. While we're here, I've just realized I'm not going to have the inventory space here to take on any more potions. I need to take space for how many more? I need 4, 12, plus the 3 that are already going to be there. I need a space for 10. So let's just take out some potions. Let's take out, like, sort of, that's 9, and let's take out those 3 regens there. So that should be enough space for the system to completely finish. Obviously, once again, it is on the redstone. Now let's take all this stuff off my hotbar, and let's go and take a look at the redstone behind it. It's pretty simple. Most of it's to do with the hopper chain, which I have at the top, which really, it doesn't really need if you're ever going to not fill this. So if you were never going to fill this, what you do is you just run your hoppers along the top instead of using these 3 right here. And I'm pretty sure I'm never going to have this full anyway. So what you can do is you just replace this hopper, point it into the one in front, and it is even simpler. It's literally just 3 dust over here with 3 repeaters set to 3 different signal lengths because of the fact of how this redstone torch works. Obviously, this is how it works. Essentially, we have ourselves a hopper, if I can get the correct hopper, that one underneath, and inside it we have 22 items, and on the 23rd item, which is usually to do with the redstone, or as you see in a second when it goes through, it's going to switch to a piece of nether wart. And when that nether wart drops into the hopper, as you can see it right here, it just switched. This thing will deactivate for long enough that it pulls the bottles out underneath. You can see we've got a repeater down here pointing into the hopper where the bottles will be pulled out of our brewing stand. And then when it turns back off again, as you can see, this is currently lit up because it has too many items in. And as it disappears in a second, if I take a step back, you can see the system switch for just enough time that it locks this hopper right here, that it doesn't shoot any water bottles in while it's pulling them out, and it also sends the next set of items through. And when the item obviously makes its way all the way back down to this, falling off, this hopper again, as you can see, it's now going to do a night vision potion. It locks the system again, and then it's good to go. The only downside is when you run out of ingredients. Now, for example, you run out of ingredients in here, what it will do is it will make a set of 3 awkward potions, and then it will put in the ingredient following it. Obviously, it won't put this in. It will use nether wart, and then it will go straight to redstone. Obviously, you can't do that, so the system will lock up, and you'll end up with 3 awkward potions in this chest, like this. It'll all be locked in place. To start the system again, all you gotta do, pull the piece of redstone out, or even whatever else it is, and it should be fine. Now, if you run out of redstone, obviously you're going to end up with just tier 1 stuff, but it will keep making the stuff because it's the ingredients which is the key component. Now, if you run out of nether wart, essentially all you will get is just the system locking up on itself anyway. It will put an ingredient in here with normal bottles, and it will probably make yourself a set of mundane potions, and then, well, stop. Now, as you can tell, our chest is nice again. It's filling back up with stuff. We've got some water breathing over here and some night vision down here. Let's go and get ourselves a chest. So we're going to have to go and get some wood from down here, so we can get rid of all of these potions, which this thing's going to be filling up with. So we might as well go and grab ourselves a hopper as well. Why not? I don't really have too much wood down here. Let's just grab those like that. We need a double chest, really. So let's just make... Wow, that was a mess of the crafting grid. Good job, me. Let's leave that in there with that, and then let's take 2 of the... Oh, no, hang on. There's 2 more there yet. Might as well use them. Let's place that there. Why is it not... It seems to be doing that weird locking thing that it usually does. There we go. We can do that now. Now we've got 2 chests. Let's go and grab ourselves a hopper out of our redstone. I forget the name of these things so often. Shulker boxes. Yes, that's the word we're looking for. I forget it so much. It really confuses me. So we throw that on the floor. Don't let it drop in the system underneath. I do actually need to empty my rubbish storage, which we have underneath us right here, because currently it's full. So, in the meanwhile, now that I've showed off our fully automatic brewing stand, I'd like to spend some time thanking you guys for 1,000 subscribers. Now, I'm not really a fan of doing the big celebrations and stuff. I'm more of a person that I want to kind of just say thank you to you guys, because without you, this wouldn't be possible at all, really. I really just enjoy doing this as a hobby. It's been so much fun to me to do, and I don't plan on stopping it anytime soon. So now we've got the problem of we've got too much inventory stuff that we're not going to have the space to drop a hopper chest down here. So let's try and figure out how we're going to do this. Obviously, I need to get below the water. So we can probably pull it into the side over here. Let's try and get underneath this. I need to place the hopper correctly is the problem. So we're going to place it on this block right here. We're going to place it inwards like that, and then we're going to break this block and place our 2 chests right here. There we go. Should be nice and simple. But yeah, obviously we want to do a little bit of a celebration somehow and somewhere, but the main thing of this is obviously about you guys, because... Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Let's just put them back in that chest. Oh, boy. That was eventful. I want the chest back. Now everything's going to be messed up. Great. See, that's what happens when I talk too much, is I end up not being able to do anything. So we're going to put a backward stair here. We're then going to grab our... Where is it? There. Oak slab right there. How did those potions get out here? Can I reach the hopper? I can. Except they're locked. That hopper's locked, so I can't really put anything in there. So now let's just drop all this stuff in here. It's going to throw everything into the next chest. And that as well. There we go. That should be everything, and we can grab our flint and steel back. Am I missing anything? Not really. I didn't think I had anything here. We need to put the 2 stone brick back on the wall. And that should be it, really. It's about to run out of material, I'm presuming. Yes, it's just completely locked up, as I said it would do. So obviously all our stuff is down here now. Obviously, I can't really access that bottom chest too well. I should have thought about that a little bit. Because all my stuff... Oh, there we go. We can actually grab a little bit of stuff out of it there. So, I didn't really have anything planned too much. I wanted to kind of just say thank you specifically to a couple of people just for the big help that they have been in the, well, almost 4 and a bit years now of this channel. It's ridiculous how long I've been doing this for. Now, obviously, there's probably a couple years in there where I really wasn't doing too much, but still, that's the amount of time I've been hovering around trying to do YouTube videos for. Now, obviously, the 4-year channel anniversary recently, I told the story of how I started YouTube, and I don't really want to say that again. So obviously I've got a big list of names here that I want to say thank you to. So that's mainly what I'm going to do today while we take a quick look around and do some odd jobs around the world. Now obviously I want to start off with the two main people currently that are really, really supportive of what we're doing on here. And that's Connor and Kaylee, Avian Logics and Killer Fire. Now, over the last probably the year or so, since I basically came back to the Xbox version of the game, we've pretty much been doing everything. Like we play, recently it's probably been things like Fortnite, but before that it was Destiny 2, it was Destiny 1, coming on every week, me mithering them to play Trials, Connor giving in and saying yes, playing Civ when both the games are down. It's been really fun, and then obviously we did a little bit of a trio world recently in the summer to try and get all the achievements. That was fun as well. But yeah, they've been incredibly supportive, and I really thank them a lot for it, because it means a lot to keep me going. Plus, I mither them constantly to be in videos, and constantly they turn it down. So I managed to get them in some in the recent videos, so hopefully you'll see them more on the channel in the near future, especially with Fortnite anyway, because that's a really fun game, and I want to definitely get more involved with that, because I'm okay at the game, but there are definitely friends out there that are much better than myself. Oh, before I get distracted again, I want to start thanking people like Riley and Carter, aka Blazer, which is aka, he's got a different name now. I don't want to try and even pronounce it. But those guys, obviously, when we're playing things like Rocket League, obviously some of that isn't really on camera. But playing the Rocket League, playing all the UHCs and stuff, and then really, it's just having a really cool time. And nowadays, they're playing Fortnite as well. So it's been really fun to have them around, especially Blazer, speaking to him recently again, which was really nice. It's been a very long time really since I've done anything with him. Obviously, I think the last thing I probably did with him was probably Into the Depths, and that's nearly 2 years old now. So yeah, they were really cool as well. Obviously, we've also got even further back, we can go back to Mark, aka VD Tech. I haven't really spoken to Mark in a while because we just kind of, well, started playing different games. But obviously, he's in a lot of the early videos. I think he's in pretty much everything that got me started on Xbox, because he's the person really that kind of got me into doing pretty much videos, because he's tried for so long to get a channel going, and I don't know if he's even carried on doing one, but he's also the person that we created the most successful video I've ever done, which isn't even on my channel. It's on a channel called Games Hub UK. We did a Forza Horizon 2 Infinite Money glitch, which we weren't expecting to do well, and it did very well, and we were very surprised, and the editing in that is horrendous. It's one of the worst videos I think I've ever made, but obviously it's informative, people like it, so yeah, it's really useful. Actually, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and do a little bit of building on the castle while we're talking here. And obviously, if you go even further back, even back to before I even started the channel, you've obviously got to thank AzerXPD, aka Kieran. Everybody's names coming up now, but I call them by different things, but obviously people really don't mind because they probably don't even watch my content anyway. But yeah, there's a huge list of people, and obviously the main thank you obviously is to you guys, the people that actually come week in, week out to watch my content. Obviously I'd rather play this version than do like seeds and stuff, but I really do enjoy kind of finding seeds as well. Creeper over there. But I want to try and expand the channel a little bit in the future now. Obviously I'm kind of comfortable doing the sort of 3 or 4 videos a week that I'm trying to aim for. Sort of one every other day, but sometimes you end up with 2 a day, and sometimes we end up with none at all. It's just kind of how I'm feeling at the end of a day. Certain schedules line up better than others. Now I'm just wondering where to start. Do I carry on by expanding this across by 5 blocks, or do I go with something else? I don't actually know what the next plan for this part of the castle is. Just kind of having a look at it right here. We need to sort of continue the stretch out right down here. We need to sort of either fix this wall, because that staircase looks stupid, bring it out properly, and we're going to kind of blend it into this wall right here. I don't know how we're actually going to do that, but tell you what, because obviously I have no clue what I'm actually going to be doing with this castle, I'll do a little bit of that off camera later in the week to show you some progress. We're going to go and try and find some actual fireworks. Obviously, I need some more for my inventory, but we're going to make some fancy fireworks. And we will just go and take a quick tour around. I want to also grab the beacon off the far side of the world as well. I don't want to be shooting myself with Fellwinters, because I will set myself on fire. I do need to check, actually, if our iron farm works at some point, because I haven't started running it recently, which is a real shame, really. So obviously, I think I've said all my thank yous and stuff. Obviously, if people's names come to mind, I will add you to the description below. But yeah, I don't really like celebrating stuff. I really don't have anything particularly in mind. I just really appreciative of you guys' continued support on all the content we've been making recently, particularly in the last 6 months. Realized I actually can't get to that beacon without going into the subway tunnel between my base and the skeleton farm, so we're just going to actually head back to the base. This is not going to be a very productive episode at all. I just kind of wanted to just let you guys know that obviously everything's going to be carrying on as normal and things like that. I also wanted to quickly mention that I might be doing a Q&A at some point in the near future, so if you've got any questions, I definitely recommend you leaving them down in the comments below. We'll make something proper of this. If you guys have got any suggestions of what you want to do for this celebration, because after all, it is a sort of celebration for everyone at once. What is this beacon even using? Is this my regen beacon? I don't know. Let's place that there. It's just to stop things blowing up. We also do need to sort this tunnel at some point as well. And then I've got like a list of projects that I need to get on with, but it's obviously one of those days my mind's completely jumbled. Just set up this little automatic brewing stand, which is really the only focus I had for this episode, which is show it off. It's a really, really simple build. In fact, what we'll do is I wanted to kind of build a second one somewhere out here in the city, but I realized this building isn't quite big enough to do it. We also need some gunpowder, so what we're going to have to do is go back in the base again. This is how disorganized I get when I really don't have anything planned. I wanted to kind of just spend this survival episode saying thank you to everybody that's really been supportive and stuff. I cannot repeat myself enough for all that stuff. We're looking for gunpowder, so it's going to be over here. Let's just take 16. I don't actually know how to craft fireworks in classic crafting. I've just realized that. But what we will do is we will go over to our automatic sugarcane farm and go and grab ourselves some sugarcane. I know I've got a sugarcane farm in the base, but I might as well go and use the fully automatic one, especially because I've no idea if that's about to fill up or not. I might need to add another chest to that, which is down in the lower section over here of the sort of the farming section. We've got the pumpkins over there and the sugarcane somewhere else, but we need to link this track up to somewhere else in the world. Yes, it is getting very close to full. Wow. Yeah, so let's do this. Let's make ourselves some proper fireworks. How do I obviously, I can make my fireworks that shoot me around the world and stuff. But I'm trying to think, how do I make the gunpowder balls? How do I make them? They're like diamonds and stuff. I may have to look into that and do something proper next episode. But yeah, so I didn't really have anything else to talk about. So I'm pretty much going to wrap this episode up here. I know it's been a bit of a talky, not really do anything episode. Next episode, we're going to have a look at some stuff and actually try and make some progress in the world. We'll either be looking at setting up the chest storage, or we'll be looking at some more progress over here with the track system. Because I want to link up the farms that we've just been visiting to quicker and rather sooner rather than later. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed. And here's to the next 1,000 subscribers. Bye-bye.